Dear friends, welcome to EPG Pathshala. I am Ajay Chandel. I am going to present before you Module 33 titled Sales Management 1 under the paper Tourism and Hospitality Marketing. After completing this module, you will be able to understand the concept of sales management, know about the objectives and functions of sales management, understand the importance of maintaining accounts. Introduction. Selling is becoming a most complicated task for every business organization. Every day, the companies are coming up with the new techniques to increase their sales. Selling now does not involve just the meeting of buyers and sellers. With the increase in competition and globalization of business, the function of marketing has evolved and it acts as an important link between the buyer and the seller. The overall process of managing this sales department is known as sales management. Sales management is now the most important aspect of any business organization. The main objective of every business organization is to earn maximum profits, and the company can attain this objective by achieving the sales targets. Sales management includes the process of developing and effecting sales force, carrying out all the activities required in selling and using different sales techniques to achieve sales targets. American Marketing Association defined sales management as planning, direction and control of personal selling, including recruiting, selecting, equipping, assigning, routing, supervising, paying and motivating, as these tasks apply to personal sales force. According to American Marketing Association, sales management can involve any of these following activities. 1. Formulation of sales strategy through development of account management policies, sales force compensation policies, sales revenue forecasts, and sales plan. 2. Implementation of sales strategy through selecting, training, motivating, and supporting the sales force, setting sales revenue targets, and 3. Sales force management through development and implementation of sales performance, monitoring and evaluation methods, and analysis of associated behavioral patterns and costs. To properly implement the sales management system, adequate compensation and incentive is also required for the sales force. They need to be constantly motivated and trained on new products and services. The performance of the sales force needs to be monitored regularly so that any corrective measures, if required, can be taken to improve the performance. Objectives of sales management. Generally, there are three main objectives of sales management from the company's perspective. A. Volume of sales. The number of units of goods or services that can be sold during a particular period is the sales volume. The primary objective of the sales management is to work towards increasing the sales volume in order to generate more revenue. More sales will lead to lower cost due to economies of scale, and this will lead to more demand and more sales. The salespersons are also encouraged to increase sales by fixing certain targets and giving commission and other incentives to them as per the targets achieved. B. Contribution to profit. Sales volume is going to contribute to profit as it is the main source of revenue for every business organization. The financial results and sales management are closely related. Profit is the difference between sales revenue and cost, and the sales revenue depends upon the price of product or service. The product positioning is to be kept in mind before fixing the price of the product. If the company wants to position its product as a premium product, selling the product at a lower price may lead to lesser sales and lower profits. Higher sales volume will reduce the cost and thereby resulting in more profit contribution. C. Continuing growth. Survival and growth is the need of every business organization. It is very important for every business organization to retain old customers as well as add new customers to its base. Growth is the key to sustainability, and all the stakeholders are to be satisfied with proper returns. This can be ensured only by continuous growth in the business. One of the objectives of sales management is to work continuously towards expansion of customer base by suggesting changes, product introducing new techniques, etc. The responsibility of achieving objectives ultimately lies on the top management, which passes it on to sales management. The general objectives are translated into specific targets when they flow from top management to sales management. The sales manager gives input on the market trends, capability of the sales force and other necessary information which is helpful in fixing targets. Functions of sales management. The sales department has to perform a number of functions to achieve the set targets. The functions to be performed may vary from company to company depending upon the nature and size of business, but the generally performed functions are: 1. Marketing research and planning. It is a thorough examination of how the product or service will fare in a defined area, an evaluation of the current marketplace, and an analysis of the need for the product or service. It is an assessment of competition existing in the market. Also provides data about potential customers. 2. Creating demand. It is the process of identifying gaps in the existing products and generating demand by offering distinguishing features in the products and services. 3. Preparation of sales budget. Sales managers need to take opinion of divisional managers and other sales staff, the budget officer and the accountant. The preparation of a sales budget involves many factors and calls for a high degree of knowledge of conditions and of ability to deduce from the known facts and various estimates the probable course of sales over the budget period. 4. Contributing in price fixations. Before fixation of price, one has to consider cost of production involved in the manufacturing process. At least the price should be able to recover the variable cost, as the fixed cost is incurred whether the production takes place or not. Demand of product, purchasing power of the customers, government regulations, etc. are factors which help in fixing the price of the product. 5. Product development and innovation as per the market trends. Another function of sales management is to develop the product as per market requirements. Innovative and creative products are accepted by the customers. Product development must be done with thorough understanding of the market and customers' preferences. 6. Coordination of sales. It is very important function of sales management as it involves allocating sales quotas to respective sales territories and also to review the performances in order to coordinate the entire sales management process. 5. Sales management process. The sales management process is to perform all the managerial functions in a proper sequence. The process is as following. A. Planning. Planning is also called as forethought. It can be defined as the process of thinking about and organizing the activities required to achieve a desired goal. In short, it is a process an individual or group will commence in the future and the resources required for achieving those objectives efficiently. A sales plan is a strategic document that outlines the business targets, resources, and sales activities, which helps the organization to improve its sales. It basically follows the lead of the marketing plan, the strategic plan, and business plan, with more precise specifying on how the goals and objectives can be achieved through the actual sale of products and services. B. Staffing. Staffing is the process of acquiring, deploying, and retaining talented workforce in order to get best results and improving effectiveness of an organization. Staffing is the most important and crucial part of sales management. Staffing consists of the following three components. Acquisition. The most important aspect of an organization is to have best talented people on board. It involves human resource planning to select what the organization requirements are in terms of the number of employees needed and their attributes such as knowledge, skills, and activities for smooth functioning of an organization. Deployment. It is the process in which incumbents are given roles and duties according to their skill sets. This involves huge skill mapping and competencies required for performing the specific roles according to the business demands. Role clarity is provided through this job. Retention. Organization need best practices to implement in their organization in order to engage talented employees. Organization put lot of efforts in framing practices for their employees which keep them happy and contented. Many researchers have concluded their studies that happy and contented internal customers, that is employees, are crucial for engaging external customers. To keep tacit knowledge engaged in the organization, one has to invest huge time and money to make talented people feel comfortable in their organization. Efforts are made by many organizations to make their internal customers feel happy first, and then external customers will automatically be happy and engaged. C. Training. The training program in sales management offers frontline sales managers with skills, knowledge, and tools which is required by the industry. This makes them to be efficient enough to deliver performance as per the industry requirement. This in-depth program involves self-assessments and covers the following 4 crucial sales management abilities. Managing sales performance, sales coaching, recruiting, selecting sales stars, sales leadership. The employees are offered the training program by the company to make them capable enough to compete in the market. The job title has its own responsibilities and tasks. To improve the performance of existing sales force, training programs and schedules are arranged in such a way so that the employees are updated according to the demands of the corporate world. Leading. Leader is the person who constantly communicate, motivate, inspire and encourage the workforce. Leading is most important part of sales management. To motivate sales force, one has to encourage workforce by giving assignments, opportunities to excel in their field. Leaders instill confidence and communicate clear goals to their subordinates. Clarity of goals and expectations from the task is well communicated by the leaders. Leading plays very crucial role in carving out potential from an individual and acquaint the subordinates to realize their real potential through rigorous training program, challenging projects, solving problems through research and consultations, etc. The managers need to explore various perspectives on what does and does not work and why. A leader also monitors the work and explains the pros and cons as well as the ways to complete a task effectively and efficiently. E. Controlling. Controlling is the process of examining actual performance with the standard to ensure the accurate progress of the organization. Similarly, sales managers also try to analyze how much targets the team has achieved against set objectives. If deviation occurs, then corrective measures need to be identified in order to get effectiveness in the organization. Controlling function becomes imperative for sales manager to closely monitor the performance of its team members and identifying the reasons if any deviation takes place. Such analysis help the manager to plan further accurately, eliminate unrealistic targets and view the efficiency of its team members. Talented workforce need feedback and roadmap for personal improvement if required. So, controlling function becomes the process of value addition in the existing systems. 6. Sales strategies in hospitality. The success in the hospitality industry cannot be guaranteed by short-term methods. It is important to establish and maintain long-term relations with the clients in order to sustain and grow further. The rule of 80-20, that is, majority of the firm's business comes from less number of its customers, as we can say that 80% of business should come from 20% of the customers. The corporate clients generally serve as the key clients. Based on the above principle, the following sales strategies can be summarized. 1. Loss of key accounts. The first and foremost requirement from a sales manager will be to prevent the loss of key accounts. If the key customers are lost and every time sales manager is looking for new customers, the morale of the sales force will be affected. The reasons of leaving of old customers need to be identified and corrective actions should be taken immediately to prevent further loss. Specific salesmen can be associated with some of the key accounts so that they can maintain a personal rapport with them. 2. Converting occasional accounts into key accounts. The accounts which are still not our key accounts and are opting for the service occasionally should be converted as key accounts. These accounts generally experiment with variety of service providers and then make a final selection in case they like the service and is cost effective. There is also a possibility that they did not receive good service in the past and now they are taking our services as and when they do not have any other option. The best of the salesperson can be deputed to handle these accounts, and by providing them the consistent and personalized services, these occasional accounts may get converted into key accounts. Proper reasons should be identified as to why these accounts are not our key accounts, and corrective action should be taken immediately. Consistent follow-up should be done and it should be ensured that they are given best service whenever they opt us for their events. 3. Eliminating negative accounts. The key customers will normally speak good about this service, etc. But there might be some occasional accounts who are coming to you only when they have an urgent requirement and are not very positive about us. These accounts usually do not bring good business but can definitely affect other key or occasional customers or occasional accounts, and it could result in loss of income in future. These negative accounts need to be identified and they should be eliminated in a very professional manner so that other accounts are not affected. It should be ensured that no follow-up is done with these customers. 4. Adding new accounts. Efforts need to be made to add new accounts to the list. It is always important to hold old accounts, but reasonable efforts should also be made to make this list longer. Detailed cost-benefit analysis should be done before adding new accounts. Proper care should be taken so that adding new account should not result in the loss of old key accounts, and these new accounts should actually contribute significantly to the profits, as adding new accounts is costly proposition for the company. 5. Maintaining occasional accounts. Sometimes it becomes a part of strategy to maintain occasional accounts, and no deliberate attempt is made to convert these occasional accounts into key accounts. These accounts may not give us the desired outcomes that we expect from our customers, that we expect from our key accounts. The objective is to maintain these accounts at a low cost and upgrade them only if in future it is felt that they can give us good business. These accounts are normally handled by service people who take care of them whenever an event is scheduled. The sales force will make only periodical follow-ups, and that too through calls, mails, SMSs, etc. 6. Maintaining other customers. Although majority of business of hotels come from key accounts, but it is equally important to maintain the other retail customers. The most important sales promotion technique in the service industry is the word of mouth promotion. The customers always look for feedback whenever they are to go to a hotel. The decision is made immediately if the feedback is positive but is prolonged in case of negative feedback. Separate sales force should be deputed to deal with these customers. The sales force which has been associated with the key accounts should not be given the responsibility of handling these customers, as it may lose focus both on key accounts and retail customers. 7. Summary. Sales management is one of the most important and critical activity for every business organization. With increasing competition and stress on reducing cost, the sales management has gained more importance. The first and foremost importance of sales management is that it facilitates the sale of a product at a price which realizes profits and helps in generating revenue to the economy, to the company. It helps to achieve organizational goals and objectives by focusing on the aim and planning a strategy regarding achievement of the goal within a time frame. Sales team monitors the customer preference, government policy, competitor situation, etc. to make the required changes accordingly and manage sales. By monitoring the customer preference, the salesperson develops a positive relationship with the customer, which helps to retain the customer for a long period of time. Both the buyers and sellers have the same type of relationship, which is based on exchange of goods, services, and money. This type in attaining customer satisfaction. This helps in attaining customer satisfaction. Introduction of new products in the market. Increasing the production of existing products. Reducing cost of sales and distribution. Entry into export market. Development in the means and communication of transportation within and outside the country. Rise in per capita income and demand for more goods by the consumers. Thank you.